time for Attack. Today, host Matt Myra lives the dream when he talks to Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn about the Blu-ray remastering of Star Trek The Next Generation. Then on DV Tuesday, Chris Gore plays Buy, Rent, or Pass with Season 3 of Children's Hospital and Mel Gibson's Get the Gringo. Also, is Skype listening in on your calls? I'll have the details in the feed. And just in time for the opening ceremonies in London, we've got a whole slew of Summer Games apps. Don't go anywhere, AOTS starts right now.
Bailey is riding on a beam of light somewhere. But guess what? Grace Helbig's here!
Thank you! We are coming to you live!
Yeah, the most live. Grace, thanks for making the trip across the whole country to come visit us.
Yeah, I got on a flying metal bird and landed here last night.
Flying metal birds are the best.
Yeah, that's a scientific term for them.
If planes flew by flapping their wings, would you get on one?
No, never.
Me either.
That's why I don't like the Dumbo ride in Disney World.
Really?
Yeah, it is terrifying.
I find it relaxing.
Oh, okay.
It's in the middle of Fantasyland.
I find candles relaxing.
We're just too different.
We're not like each other. No, I flew on American Airlines, and I listened to American Airlines radio the entire way.
How was it?
The worst. No, it was great. So they play.
I believed you the first time.
Yeah, it was great. They play a sweet mix of top 20 and then like the bottom 20 pop songs. So I listened to this one song about a guy that was so in love with a woman that she induced his stutter 3 times in a row.
Whoa.
Well, not in a row, because every 2 hours they loop their radio.
Oh.
And it's a 6-hour flight.
So those 40 songs are roughly a minute and a half each.
Yeah, and then Justin Bieber's boyfriend is in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, to give you a respite to feel like I'm hip. I know this song.
I will not be flying American Airlines anytime soon.
Oh, they're the best. One of the flight
I'm
attendants.
just kidding. I like American Airlines. They're American and an airline.
Can you believe it?
I'm excited today because I get to interview Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn. If they knew how many times little Matt Myra got their action figures together for some sweet transporter time, they probably just saw that.
Yeah. They'll know today. Today is the day.
Awkward.
Time now to see what's buzzing on the interwebs.
We're going around the net.
To a happy marriage is to keep things new, exciting, and unexpected.
This might not be the best way to do that.
So there's a truck getting towed, and it looks like it's coming at us, and my wife's asleep. So we're gonna see if we can scare her. Babe, wake up, there's a truck coming! I'm sorry, it was...
The only thing over faster than that prank is their marriage.
To learn more about that woman, visit her brand new eHarmony profile.
I like that either way that plays out, that guy is either just a jerk for doing the prank, or the jerk who woke up his wife to watch herself die.
It's a classic tale of modern romance. It's really beautiful.
Honey, I want to see you watch yourself die. Look in the camera.
Because I want to be a YouTube sensation.
Next, a workout video from Korea.
Although I'm still not sure if this fitness routine is safe for work or your crotch.
초급과 승마 운동기가 우리 집으로. 우리 집이 순식간에 푸른 초원으로. 어른 들판을 달리는 듯 신나게 재미있게 즐겁게. 무동력 승마운동 기구 자가 승마운동 기구 에이스 파워. 말 타는 것처럼 쉽게, 재미있게, 즐겁게. 나이 들면서 점점 약해지는 남성들의 하체 강화, 허리 강화에 확실한 효과까지. 이젠 무동력으로 혼자서도 언제 어디서나.
Move over, Japan. There's a new pervert in Asia.
No wonder Kim Jong-un wants to destroy South Korea. No.
Actually, who speaks Korean here? Because I need to call them immediately. Weirdly, we're all dressed exactly like everyone at the Koreatown 24-hour fitness.
But I like to call that fitness routine the fitness mullet because they were all business up top and party on the
Yeah! Save a horse, ride that thing. And now a bright, shiny sign of the apocalypse.
Keep in mind that this is an actual promo for a show on TLC, which used to be the Learning Channel. But now just chronicles the decline of Western civilization. Yay.
Dollar makes me holler, honey boo boo.
If you thought she was crazy,
I just got made one.
wait till you meet the rest of her family.
Hold on, scratch my bugs.
We're not ready.
Yes, we are.
We all have our teeth, don't we? Did my family proud.
You better recognize.
Here comes Honey Boo Boo. The new series premieres Wednesday, August 8th.
Only on TLC.
Oh my God.
I just.
Okay.
I just want to say, I didn't know Clayface had a daughter.
No. I really can't tell if I watched a preview of a new TLC show or a birth control commercial.
I don't want to stand here and pretend that's not already programmed in my DVR.
I'm gonna watch it. Guess who's gonna be Honey Boo Boo Child for Halloween?
Honey Boo Boo Child!
There you go. I'm gonna show all the judges my belly. Now, let's see what's got Candace all wet. Whoa.
Surfing is hard work, or so I'm told. But the great minds at WaveJet have figured out a way to give you more time riding the waves and less time paddling out to it. Today, I'm going surfing. I hope. Mike, what exactly is WaveJet?
Well, what it is a lightweight propulsion device, and it's made for any watercraft. We've tried to make this so anybody can insert our mounting ring into the bottom of their board.
Now, how fast can it go?
Yeah, it depends. I have different configurations. So if you want to go a little bit faster, the runtime's a little bit less. But in general, you're going to go about 5 or 10 miles an hour for about 35 minutes, and I can get you all the way up to a 60-minute runtime, but just a little bit slower.
So I thought it was just to get you out there, but it's actually to take you around, too?
Yeah, when I first did it, I thought I would only use it for a blast to get into a big wave, but then later on, you're out in the water, the button's there, you hit the button, and you're able to get out quick and get in position and really just catch more waves instead of waiting.
That's really cool. Some people might say that's cheating.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
It is. It's cheating conventional wisdom.
So this is the pod. How does it work exactly?
All you have to do is lay it in and push it into place. It'll click into place, and the latch won't let it back out. There you go.
Hey, that was easy. Now let's say I have the WaveJet and my pod is charging, but I want to go out and surf. What do I do?
No problem. You can turn it into just a regular surfboard with the blank pod. Just clicks in, just like that.
Easy
and you're ready to
breezy.
go. We're using lithium-ion batteries. I'm using brushless motors. These will spin impellers inside the suction tube. So as you see down here, really we just got a couple pumps here pulling the water right through.
Mike, can you break down to me how this all works?
Yeah, let me show you. We'll start over here with the charger. Once you've used up all the juice in the batteries, you just simply plug it into the wall at home, and then this side goes into the pod, and it takes about 3 hours to charge. This is the wrist control device. You wear it on your wrist. It's simply off and on, and it utilizes brand new technology. It's called C-Tooth. And much like Bluetooth, we're able to communicate with the pod from my wrist. And I've set the sensitivity on this link, so when you fall off the board, there's a dismount. It will turn the motor off, so you don't have a runaway board.
Oh, good. Good. That's what I was worried about. Okay, well, we've seen the technology that makes it move, so there's only one thing left to do.
Let's go hit the surf.
Yes! bored. I didn't want to even try to get up that time just to see what it was like. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then I didn't know how to stop, and then I nosedived into the water. Okay, so I'm no Kelly Slater just yet, but I definitely just got bit by the surfing bug. Thank you so much to WaveJet for letting me come see how this thing works. I'm gonna get back out there because it is awesome.
Thanks, Candace. Now, here's some stuff you should know about. Gaming mega giant Electronic Arts recently settled a lawsuit alleging it engaged in unlawful and anti-competitive agreements that nearly doubled the price of its popular game, Madden NFL. They should have sued them for making the game so complicated I'll never play it again. As well as claiming that the company drove competition out of the market when it prevented new competitors from entering. What does this all mean? Well, guess what? There's now a $27 million fund to pay out gamers that were gouged over the years. Yeah, and EA will keep its cash cow, that is the exclusivity of NFL franchise, but moving forward, they lose any NCAA exclusives and arena football. Yeah, a lot of Spokane Shock fans in here. I know, arena football apparently still a thing, and also a video game. Who knew? I didn't. And the NCAA is still a thing too, despite Joe Paterno's best efforts. Nobody should be shocked by video game price gouging. If EA could charge you for each football jersey your little tiny guys wear, they would. And if they could charge you for charging you, they would also do that. Well, at least it seems the Madden curse has finally struck EA. Also, the lawyer on the cover of the lawsuit broke his leg and is out for the season. Madden! Now, depending on your purchases, you could be due $2 or $7 a game. So drop a note to the law firm's email address, which is floating around here, and you can get more details. But hey, $7 to a gamer is a pretty big deal. That buys a ton of Code Red and Cheetos, you guys. Code Red. You may have noticed a lot of blue check marks popping up on your Twitter feed lately. Yeah, that's verification. It's basically telling us that the verified people are Twitter's 1%. And guess what? Matt Myra wants in. Let me say that again. Guess what? At Matt Myra wants in. That's an I, not a Y. Now, listen, I thought no one under 10,000 followers could have a verified account. But it turns out I wasn't Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Wait for it. There you go. Because the Spin Doctors have a verified account with 757 followers. I know. There's 4 guys in the band, right? So what are the 753 other people doing? I guess their moms count too. But while I was researching this story and trying to get 2 princes out of my head because it's so catchy, I also came across a very interesting social media service. Turns out with just a few clicks and a credit card number, which sounds like how everything happens on the internet, you can buy yourself YouTube views and subscriptions, Facebook likes, Twitter followers, yeah, and yes, even MySpace friends. Honestly, don't the 6 of you still on MySpace already know each other? You might even be in the same basement. It's not that expensive either. You can just hit up the site Fiverr with 2 R's and find a ton of people who'll add up to 80,000 new followers for $5. Some in a matter of hours. And here I've been trying to do it all on my own with Storage Wars jokes. I mean, really, $5. I am actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I have a fake Twitter account, Fatstronaut, which is essentially, it's a fat astronaut who travels through space and eats. He really wanted the shuttle's deuterium, the fuel tank filled with Mountain Dew, but NASA declined it. Yeah. Listen, so I'm going to get a few thousand followers right now for only $5. Boom. All right. That is not the first or last time I will have wasted $5 on the internet. Look, having a lot of Twitter followers can actually get you some cool things, like audience for your underproduced web show, commentator position on current TV, discounts at newegg.com, solid state drives not included, and a misplaced sense of self-worth, which is actually something I already have. And you might even get to meet Felicia Day or Will Wheaton. Check those both off my bucket list. The other thing you might be able to get is sex, if you go to the right tweet-ups, but they're usually surrounded by weird German guys. But listen, if people click on your followers and they see a list that's full of spammers, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. In fact, the only worst thing you can do on Twitter is be one of Kim Kardashian's 15.5 million followers. Oh, that's all hate follows, right? It's all ironic. Oh, okay. Now that I've made myself sad, let's move off of Earth and head into space! Yeah. Space talk, you guys. Today is the 43rd anniversary of Apollo 11 returning safely to the Earth. That's from a Kennedy speech you probably don't remember. Listen, we showed the moon what's what, and just last week, the space paparazzi known as the Hubble telescope turned its cameras away from those Kardashians and pointed it at a fifth moon orbiting the dwarf planet Pluto. Yeah. It's a new moon. It's actually Pluto's smallest satellite at an estimated 6 to 15 kilometers in diameter. Or as scientists measure it, 2 to 3 space Oprahs. That felt wrong, but I'm okay with it. But this discovery isn't all high fives and ass pats. Some astronomers, yeah, I said it, I'm okay with it. Some astronomers are freaking out worse than they did when Firefly was canceled. Because in 2006, NASA launched a very expensive thing called the New Horizons spacecraft to fly by Pluto and gather as much information as it can while whizzing by at 14 kilometers a second. Again, roughly 2.5 Oprahs per second. Sticking with it, guys. The spacecraft is expected to pass Pluto in July of 2015, as long as none of the damn moons get in the way. Damn you, damn moons! Always orbiting. And for people who think that this new moon is enough to bump Pluto back up to a planet, get over it. Pluto is just fine being a planetoid. It's got other planetoid friends to hang out while it's in the Kuiper Belt, like Hawima or Haumea. I don't care how to say it because it's a dumb name. Or Maki Maki. Don't those guys sound like fun? Oh, Maki Maki ate all the dip. Or look at it this way. You don't have to remember my very energetic mother jumped skateboards under Nana's patio. Because now your coffee drinking mom grinds rails right under Nana. Sorry, Pluto. See, I fixed it. Remember what your old friend Matt Myra said. It's easier for your brain to remember less things because it's got size and it only holds enough. I have a headache. Anyway, goodbye, Bluto. Sorry you never got to sex up olive oil. We were talking about Popeye, right? Yeah. Now, still ahead, fill up your oxygen tanks because we're staying in space. Yeah. From life-supporting new planets to the legacy of the great Sally Ride, we'll tell you what's new in the cosmos.
All the news you need to know.
It's Tuesday, July 24th, and here are your top stories. After years of viral bullying from the keyboard to bitter trolls, the internet is fighting back. YouTube has implemented a new policy nudging users to lose the handles and use their real names when commenting. In response to the racist, sexist, and really just generally horrible posts polluting the site's pages, YouTube now prompts users to reveal their true identities with an annoying dialog box that pops up each time they try to comment. Making the shift is as simple as syncing your Google Plus information with your YouTube account. YouTubers can opt out and continue terrorizing the web with their ridiculous usernames, but I think this is gonna separate the boys from the men. That's right, trolls, you stop hiding behind your avatars and show yourself. Next up, you may wanna make your illicit calls on a more secure dime. Turns out Skype might be listening in on your conversation. Questions over its privacy measures began after the video calling service re-engineered call routing supernodes to make it easier for law enforcement to monitor voice data. Hackers and bloggers raised red flags and the media followed suit, prompting the Microsoft-owned service to respond, saying, quote, Skype cooperates with law enforcement agencies as is legally required and technically feasible. Sounds like Google's excuse for reading our emails. And finally, Snoop D-O-double-G is going Sasha Fierce on our asses after unveiling a new alter ego. Yeah, you guessed it, Snoop Lion, right there. The rap icon is also changing up genres, and later this year will release a full-length reggae album under the new name. Now, just yesterday, Snoop Lion released his first single, La La La, but really, it shouldn't come as a surprise that the King of Kush is getting into the most laid-back, stoner-friendly music known to man. You can hear La 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 for free on the YouTubes or make it yours on iTunes for 99 cents. But, spoiler, it sounds exactly like every other reggae song ever made. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you have just been fed. Still ahead, Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn will join us live to talk about the Blu-ray release of the Star Trek The Next Generation.
Star Trek The Next Generation made it onto Blu-ray, finally! Which means Worf and Troy are finally in high definition. Yeah! Please welcome Star Trek's Michael Dorn and Marina Sirtis.
Fortunately, we're in high definition 25 years ago. Not today.
Not today.
Because that would be a disaster.
25 years ago, you guys shot The Next Generation, the first season, and I was watching the Blu-ray last night, and it looks like it was shot in the future.
Yeah.
Like, that is how good it looks. I'm not kidding. It looks insane.
That's what we did. We put it in the what was that thing called? We had the replicator. We put it in the replicator.
It just tweaked some things, you know.
Where we used to do Gates's hair in the replicator.
So Gates McFadden's hair is all replicated?
It was, because her hairstyle would change in the middle of a scene. So I'd say she just goes and sticks her head in the replicator and gets a new hairstyle.
You guys both had some pretty good hair changes over the years.
Oh, you mean, what did we call you the first season?
Lena Horne.
No. No.
Prince Valiant?
No, that was later. It was a white lady, I know. It wasn't.
All right, so Worf was a white lady.
I can't remember. It'll come to me. I'm old now. I can't remember.
Now, when you guys did it 25 years ago, you say, hey, I'm going to...
Too bad they can't Blu-ray our memory. Sorry.
Your memory will never be as sharp as the picture.
Never.
Now, when you guys did it 25 years ago, did you think, hey, I'll do this thing, it might last for a season, if that, and then have you just been surprised by how long it's just...
I think I don't know about you, but I thought all of us...
Stop touching me.
She just can't stand it. She just can't stand that hot black love.
I can stand it.
You know, I thought that it was just going to be 2 years, 3 years, make a little money, go on about your business. You know. I don't know about you, but
I thought we were guaranteed a year. We knew we were going to do a season, and at that point, that was going to be the longest job I'd ever had on television. So the next 6 years and 4 movies were a bonus. Really lovely bonus.
Mm-hmm. You didn't stop there. You went 7 seasons on that. Then you jumped over to Deep Space
4
Nine.
Deep Space, yeah.
Made all the space money.
Oh, look!
Look at your hair there.
I have my Caesar's showgirl hair there.
Now, you guys, the large ensemble cast. Were there ever any blow-ups or conflicts backstage? Like, Was Patrick Stewart kind of a jerk?
No.
Well, actually, she hurt my feelings a couple of times.
That's because no, you know what? He's the most sensitive Klingon. That's right. He's a very sensitive Klingon.
Very sensitive.
And so I did, because we're best friends in real
yeah.
life, right? So I would hurt his feelings because I'm honest.
Right.
No. Not honest.
I speak my mind.
She likes to think of it as honest. Yeah, you speak your mind.
Exactly.
But she does it in that accent, and it makes it just more forceful. Like, oh yeah, you're stupid. And a couple of times. But the thing is that with all families that's the way it is. But it was.
Yeah,
it was
but
a
we
great time.
laughed. I mean, we laughed
all the
nonstop
time.
for 7
all
years.
The time.
We had a director who shall remain nameless, who directed 2 shows in the first season, and then he refused to ever come back because we were too rowdy.
Oh, too rowdy.
Yeah.
And do you remember? And Rick Berman called us into. Tasha was still on the show. So that was really early, right?
Wow.
So he called us into Tasha's quarters and
to chide us. To chastise.
Like we were called to the principal's office, and we were chastised. And this had never happened in the history of Hollywood.
If you were called into the fake quarter set, why not go out the fourth wall that's not there and be like, sorry guys, I'm done with this.
You know what we did? We just went, wow, that's pretty interesting. Wow, that was interesting. And then the next day we went back to what we're doing.
We didn't like him anyway.
Now, when you look back at the older episodes, do you ever watch your own performances and go, what was I doing there?
I don't watch specifically for that reason. Because I can't. I mean, early on for me, I don't know what it was like for you doing green screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so embarrassed. I was English. We're English, you see, and so Patrick and I, and we were both mortified at all the stuff we had to do to stuff that wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So I remember one scene when there was supposed to be a light on the bridge very early on, and I was supposed to be blinded by the light, and I was like, oh! And I watched it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know how I kept that job for 7 years. I really don't. I mean, it was like, where is that smell coming from? Oh my God!
Oh my God, it's from real.
my performance.
What about you, Michael?
Yeah, only early on did they do a lot of stuff that you kind of go, ooh, that wasn't a good choice.
Yeah.
Or, but because it's a Klingon, you couldn't really tell that much.
Right.
But otherwise,
Donna Reed.
That's
who it was.
That was who you were.
Reed.
Now, I have a question.
Sure.
Marina, for you, was there a particular Deanna Troi outfit that you hated the most?
It was very popular with the fans, but I hated that blue dress.
Ah.
Oh, the flowing thing.
It's military. We're military. We're the Navy. We're the space-age Navy, right? And there she is floating around in something like Dancing with the Stars, right? And the whole thing was one piece. So, with a skirt sewn on the top. So I had to get naked to go to the bathroom.
And you were like 4th or 5th in command, and you had this...
Yeah, I had this dress. and when I had to wear a corset underneath.
Commanded respect.
I did.
Commanding respect.
She commanded a lot of respect,
I wore a corset underneath, which was boned.
That could not have been comfortable to
No,
act
because,
in or walk in.
not because I was fat or anything, but because we're wrinkle-free in the 24th century.
Oh.
Which is why all the boys do the Picard maneuver all together.
Which is the pull down of the... Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Brooks Brothers invented wrinkle-free in the mid-'80s, so I think...
You think they could have done it. You think they could have done it better. You think.
Now, let me ask this last question. Now, would you guys ever consider maybe popping back over to the Trek world, maybe in an animated series form or something like that? Just throwing it out there. Maybe if I have an idea and I want to do a new Star Trek show, and it's the adventures of Worf and Troy.
How much?
We'll get you another jet.
No.
I'm there.
No, I would. It's people always say, "Is it? You're going to be known as this one character for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
Is that such a bad thing?
No.
To be associated with a show that, if it was rated back in those days, would have been in the top 20 every week, right? To be on a show with Sir Patrick Stewart, working with my best friends in the whole world, on a quality show, I'd do it again in a second.
Sure.
You hear that, America? Make that happen. Thank you so much to Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn. Star Trek Next Generation is available on Blu-ray right now. And now, over to Grace.
Stay tuned. Chris Gore rates the third season of Children's Hospital and Mel Gibson's new movie in TV Doomsday. Is it a bad sign that I didn't know Mel Gibson had a new movie? Oops.
Joining me now is the creator of the Bad Astronomy blog, the Bad Astronomer himself, Phil Flame! Phil, thank you for joining us via Skype. I heard in the feed that Google might be recording this. Now, where do you fall on the big debate that still rages on amongst message boards? Is Pluto a planet, yes or no?
Where I fall is that people really need to find a better hobby, I think, and to argue about this. No, really, we don't have a definition of what a planet is. This whole argument over whether Pluto is a planet sort of presupposes that we know what a planet is, and we don't. It's not something you can define.
Right.
It's a concept, like continent. You look at Greenland and you say, is that an island or a continent? And the answer is yes.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely correct. And to say that, like, Pluto, all of a sudden, you can't say that it's not a planet, that sort of goes against science, which is to say science always changes. We find out new information, and then we go from there. And all these people on the internet complaining are like, they're just missing the point completely, I think.
I think you're right, and I can understand it. We sort of sympathize with things even when they're not alive, like Pluto.
Yeah.
And we want definitions. We want things to be black and white. We want to say a planet is big round thing, it might have a moon, an atmosphere, whatever. The problem is every time you come up with a definition of a planet, it doesn't work. You can always find something that you would think should be a planet and isn't, or is a planet and isn't a... You see how confusing this is? I can't even keep it straight. And look, Pluto is tiny, tiny, tiny. It's much smaller than the moon. If this were the Earth's moon right here, see how it kind of looks like?
Yes.
Looks like a moon.
Gotcha.
See, this is what happens when you're an online scientist. You get squishy models of science. Pluto would be roughly this big.
Ah.
Okay, now the moon is small. It's only a quarter of the size of the Earth. Pluto is smaller than that. Now, Pluto has moons, but so do asteroids. And, Mars has 2 moons. Does that make it more of a planet than the Earth? Mercury and Venus don't have moons. So this whole moon thing and planets is just...
Now is the size, is Pluto's size and distance from Earth, is that sort of why we're still to this day discovering more planets orbiting around, and more moons orbiting around Pluto? Just because it's so far?
Yeah. It's really far away, and people have a hard time comprehending that, but it's more than 30 times farther from the sun than the Earth is, and that puts it at about 3 billion miles out. So it's actually past Neptune, and it's like I said, it's tiny. The only reason it was discovered back in 1930 is because it's shiny. It's mostly ice. If it were something like the Earth, which is not nearly as reflective, it would be a lot darker. It wouldn't have been discovered for much later. So it was a combination of things that let us discover it at all, and they thought it was a lot bigger back then, so they kind of called it a planet, and now it's been kind of grandfathered in. It's been 70, 80 years, so people just think of it as a planet. But I would rather think of it as an interesting object. I don't care if it's a planet or not. It's certainly something interesting and something we should be studying.
It's grandfathered in, just like me and my unlimited data at AT&T. Now, Phil, something else in the news is finding planets that are much like Earth and could possibly support life. Now, there is a solar system that they have seen that is about 20 or 23 light years away, and they found a planet that could possibly support life. So my question to you is, should I pack my bags now?
I really wish you would.
Good. I'm sorry, Phil, I lost you. What'd you say?
One of the most exciting things about astronomy right now is that we are finding planets around other stars. This is something that we've been dreaming about for a long time. The first ones were found in the early 1990s, and since then we've found hundreds. And there are a lot of different techniques for doing this. It's really hard. Planets are small, stars are bright, and the planet's really close to the star, so it's overwhelmed by the starlight. But we're getting pretty good at sort of teasing the signal of the planet out. And the question really is, is there a planet out there that's like Earth that can support life? And there are a lot of things that go into that. It depends on the star and how far the planet is and all this kind of stuff. And we're getting better and better at finding these planets. And we have found planets that are at the right distance from their star where liquid water could exist. And most of these planets are giant Jupiter-like things. But, they might have big moons that could be the size of the Earth. If you saw Prometheus,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if any of you did. But the planet actually is a sort of an Earth-sized moon orbiting a giant planet. We think those can exist. And so it's possible that in the data that we already have of these objects, there may already be a planet like that. We just haven't seen it yet.
Wow, there is a ton of stuff about space we don't know. And to find out more about space, follow Phil Plait on Twitter, @BadAstronomer. Give him a follow, you guys. And thank you so much to Phil for joining us.
Thanks, Matt.
Phil, you are a pleasure. And now, some apps for the Olympics.
In only a few short days, the best athletes from around the globe will meet in London to battle for gold medals. To keep you on the top of the action, we'll put together a list of the best free apps for this year's Summer Games. To start things off, don't go in blind. Learn all you can about who will be representing our country on the global stage with the official 2012 Team USA Road to London app. Created by the United States Olympic Committee, it features information on every athlete that will be representing America in London this summer. Selecting a sport will give you a brief rundown on its history as well as a list of American participants, related news articles, and tweets. Tapping on an athlete will provide you their personal stats in addition to their experience and some fun facts about them. You can even send them a direct message by tapping on the cheer button. Don't go into this year's Summer Games without a little knowledge behind you. Support your team with the official 2012 Road to London app for free on both Android and iOS devices. Once you've figured out which athletes and events you're interested in, you're going to want a way to view them. And for that, we present NBC's Olympics Live Extra app. Featuring live video streams and replays for all 302 events across all 32 sports, the Live Extra app links up with your cable TV subscription to provide you with unlimited access on the go. You can even keep track of when your favorite sports are about to go live by following them to receive push notifications. Watch what you want to watch this summer with the NBC Olympics Live Extra app for free on Android and iOS devices. And finally, if you happen to miss one of your favorite events, don't panic. You can quickly find out what happened with the London 2012 official results app. Featuring a robust calendar of all the events, this app makes it easy to keep up with everything that's going on. You can favorite specific sports to get up-to-the-minute news articles and set up reminders to notify you when things like the basketball finals are about to happen. Once a competition's ended and a medal's been awarded, the app will be updated immediately, keeping track of exactly who's won what. Stay in the know this summer for the London 2012 official results app, available for free on both Android and iOS devices. Become part of the team with these new 2012 Summer Games apps.
Still ahead, Chris Gore rates the week's new disc-based media on DVD Tuesday. Stick around. Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Sci-fi legend Rod Roddenberry will be here live with the documentary Trek Nation. Then Matt Myra rates the new Nexus 7 tablet. It's priced at $200, so should you start saving your pennies for it? Find out on Gadgetron. And auto expert Matt Farah checks out the new Scion FRS at the Spring Mountain Raceway in Nevada.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore. He's here. He did it. You made it.
Thank you, Grace.
Let's get right into it. What's up first?
We have Children's Hospital, the complete third season.
Ooh, awesome. awesome. So what did you think of the latest season?
It's great. I mean, these comics are so good. You got Rob Corddry, Rob Hubel. Ken Marino is one of the underappreciated guys in this show.
Yeah, not related to Dan.
Yes, not at all, thankfully. But I mean, the humor in this is just so bizarre, over the top, insane, crazy antics, and making fun of a show that, you know, we all enjoy.
Yeah.
The Hospital Show.
Yeah.
We've all watched The Hospital Show in the past.
We all want insane and crazy as two adjectives to describe a hospital.
And there's great cameos this season too. Sarah Silverman, among others. And one of my favorite bits where a child is caught in quicksand and no one knows what to do.
Oh, what would you do? How would... That's a true to life. I don't know.
How would you handle that situation?
I'd say, you earned this, karma.
That's a mean thing to say to a child.
Needless to say, I will never be a mother. So.
Yes. But no, it's great, and it's loaded with extras, deleted scenes. I mean, if you're not watching this show, get the DVD. You gotta get the DVD.
Oh, okay. So I think I know, but what's the bottom line?
It's a buy. It's a buy. That's an easy one. Easy one.
Wow. Okay. So what's next?
Get the Gringo.
Wow, this looks like the sequel to What Women Want.
It might be what men want, because he gets stuck in a Mexican prison.
Classic.
And it goes downhill from there. Where
how can it go uphill from there?
Well, but here's the thing: is like, you know, Mel Gibson has had his problems in the past.
What?
So if you're not no, I'm serious. If you're not a fan of him but enjoy watching him getting pummeled for 2 hours, this is your movie. This is definitely your movie. But he goes to this and the weird thing is they mix humor into the whole thing.
Well, it looks like an entire movie shot on Instagram.
It is in a way, because he's this con artist who's just trying to get out of this prison and just leave with a couple $1 million. That's all he wants.
That's what anyone wants.
But then he bonds with a 9-year-old boy, so it does have a heart.
Oh. Okay. Depending on how they bond.
Yes. Yes, precisely.
Okay, so what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it. I was surprised that I thought it was an enjoyable Mel Gibson venture.
That's okay, but is it better or worse than What Women Want? I just gotta know.
I'm gonna actually say it's better, because we don't have to see him in pantyhose.
Wow.
No pantyhose. No, he doesn't wear manties in this one.
Manties?
No
I like
manties.
that. That's adorable. Well, thanks, Chris. For more gore, check out his Pod Crash podcast on iTunes.
Wow, we did it.
We did it! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for having me here during your dream week.
Thank you. I mean, I'm really not in control of who comes here, obviously. I would have been hosting sooner.
Okay.
But, you know, thanks to Marina Sirtis, Michael Dorn.
Yes, I could watch the two of them forever.
I do, inside my head.
Inside your brain.
Constantly.
They are so wonderful.
Also, that guy, Chris Gore, whose hair... Chris Gore, come here for a second. Chris.
What?
Come here.
All right, sorry.
Welcome back.
I just always wanted to do this.
Oh, it doesn't move.
How'd that work out for you?
Worse than I thought?
I'll get you a cigarette.
I can go.
Also, thanks to Phil Plait, the bad astronomer.
Wow, what a guy. I want him to be an uncle of mine.
He gave me a pretty good burn. I got to go pack my bags for that planet we'll never get to.
That's okay.
And also thanks to you, Grace.
Oh, thank you.
And Sarah.